Welcome to the TULLOCH CLAN channel, where we talk about all things family, fun, fighting, and fitness. Okay, I had to actually think through that to remember what we talk about. Today we're going to be talking about some MMA news, breaking news. Who should Jorge Masvidal fight? Who will Jorge Masvidal fight? Interesting stuff. If you saw yesterday, I believe, Jorge Masvidal put a poll up. Okay, he put a poll up to say who he should fight. Okay, I'm not even going to put a link to the description. Google it. He put a poll up, the four options that he said. He said, who should I fight? The four options were Nate Diaz rematch. The second option, Nick Diaz, big bro. The third option was the Conor McGregor red panty night money fight. And the fourth option was the winner of, Usman against Covington. Okay, Usman Covington for the title. So these were the four options that he put out. So we'll focus on those four. Now, who should he fight? Let's talk about this from a BMF perspective. Okay, if you are the baddest on the planet as far as fighting, who do you go for? In this situation, I think you remove all doubt. Okay, in the previous fight, yes, he was very dominant in the first fight. Yes, he was beating the absolute snot out of Nate Diaz in that first fight for the first 3 rounds. But there's always going to be people talking. There's always going to be people talking about, okay, the what ifs. Was Nate Diaz going to be coming back? I was in the Diaz camp. I am represent Nick Diaz Army all day. But it was fairly apparent that Masvidal was dominating that fight. And the real area of domination that I saw, the main area of domination, and he did dominate the fight, but it was really the power. Okay, the volume striking style from Nate Diaz that I love, and that style of fighting, it just didn't look like it was going to be enough to break down Masvidal anyway. Like, the only way I could have seen him winning that fight was if somehow Jorge Masvidal gassed out and went to the ground somehow and he subbed him. Like, that was literally, I don't think, even if Nate started getting the momentum, I just couldn't really see him winning in a striking battle. Well, finishing with a TKO or a KO, I couldn't see that happening, and it was already 3 rounds up. So yeah, I still think that's who he should fight. Okay, that's who he should fight, just to clear the air. And he said he was going to do it. So the BMF honors his word, the code, the creed. I said I'm going to give you a rematch. That's who he should fight. Who will he fight? Now, who will he fight? There are no friends in this game. There is no word. I still remember Conor McGregor telling Aldo he was going to give him a rematch after he knocked him out in 13 seconds. And he obviously it was almost like he felt a bit sorry for him. Oh, come on, bro, it's all right. I just knocked you out. Don't worry, man. I'll give you the rematch. I think he just said it to make him feel better, was it? Potentially. I can't see the rematch happening, to be honest, even though he said it. Heat of the moment, he said it, but there's just too many other options out there for Jorge Masvidal at the moment. Let's go through the 3 of them. Nick Diaz, he just did his long interview with Ariel Helwani on ESPN MMA. I watched that. That was interesting. Okay, that fight would generate a lot of interest because obviously Nick Diaz, everyone loves Nick, or just wants to see him fight. It would be a huge fight. There's a story behind it. Who would win? I don't know who would win. It's hard to tell. But yes, could you sell that fight? Big time. I think it's a little bit humiliating, that fight for Nate Diaz. It's a little bit humiliating for big bro to come in and have to save little bro. That's a little bit humiliating for Nate. It makes, yeah, I wouldn't like that if I was Nate. That big bro had to step in to help little bro. So I don't think that fight's going to be the one. Then let's look to the Conor fight, red panty night. Okay, without knowing and understanding how the pay-per-view works, I don't really understand it. I don't get how, what the difference is how much you get paid based on who you fight. So I'm sure there's some wheeling and dealing that goes on in the background. Yes, we see the, the stated earnings, but I'm sure there must be something going on in the back where you get pay-per-view or you get kickbacks or something based on the bigger event. So Conor, that is definitely an event worth Jorge Masvidal's time. Red panty night, maybe if he got the massive payday, maybe that's the one to go for. However, then you've got the title fight coming up shortly, next weekend, is it? Oh no, December 14th, coming up very shortly, which is Usman, Covington. This is the fight. Okay, this is the fight that he will end up taking as the winner of this fight, because it's about legacy. Like, so what if he makes an extra 100 to 200 grand, like fighting Conor, or even if he made an extra, I don't know, even if he made $1 million fighting Conor, the legacy, the amount of, money that he can make into the future for sponsorship, the growth, it's all there if he takes the title. Okay, and I think Jorge Masvidal, when he's sitting there looking at the lay of the land, who will he fight? I think he's going to fight the winner of Usman and Covington. Colby Covington, Kamaru Usman. That is who he will fight, in my opinion. He'll get that done because all of these other fights aren't going anywhere. The Conor fight's not going anywhere. The Diaz fights aren't going anywhere. But the timing right now for him, right here, right now, is this championship fight. They're going to come out of that December 14. We're projecting out to like maybe March, April next year. He'll be well rested. Awesome camp. That'll be a big fight. The big fight for that is obviously the Covington against Jorge Masvidal fight. So we're kind of hoping that Usman would lose to get that big fight between those two, the BFFs, ex-BFFs. See what happens. Let's see what happens in the Covington Kamaru Usman fight. That is it, team. Boom. That's who he will fight. Title shot.